Okay, let's just jump right in. We are all swimming in a sea of AI-generated content right now. So the big question, the really urgent question is, how can we possibly trust anything we see or hear anymore? That's what we're going to tackle today. The tech designed to bring trust back to our digital world. And this quote, it really just nails the whole issue. It's not just about trying to spot fakes. It's about getting a clear, undeniable record of two things. Who was the original creator, and what, if anything, has been done to this piece of media since it was made? That's the core problem we have to solve.
I mean, we are living in a pretty wild new era. With the rise of this super sophisticated AI, what some people call synthetic media, making fakes that are incredibly convincing has become shockingly easy. And the result? A serious, deep erosion of trust in the information we see and share online every single day.
So let me ask you, just think about it for a second. When you're scrolling through your feed, how can you be absolutely sure that a photo from a major world event is real, or that a video of a famous person hasn't been tweaked just a little bit? You know, this isn't some far-off sci-fi problem anymore. This is happening right now, which really highlights why finding a solution is so incredibly important.
But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. There are some really smart people building tools for this new reality. And today, we're going to break down two of the leading technologies out there that are designed to restore some of that digital authenticity: content provenance and watermarking. So let's start with content provenance. The easiest way to think about this is like a digital birth certificate that travels with a media file, or maybe like a chain of custody for evidence. It's basically a secure log of data that stays with the file, and it tells you exactly where it came from, who made it, and gives you a detailed history of every single edit made along the way.
Now, watermarking takes a totally different approach. If provenance is the birth certificate attached to the file, a watermark is more like a made-by tag that's literally woven into the fabric of the file itself. It's a hidden signal, you can't see it, but it's embedded right into the image or audio data, and special software can find it and identify its source.
So we've got these two really powerful tools, right? But they work in completely different ways. To really get a handle on their potential, and importantly, their limitations, we've got to put them side by side and see how they stack up.
And this right here is the core difference. Content provenance is external. It's metadata that's attached to the file, kind of like a shipping label on a box. Watermarking, on the other hand, is internal. That signal is part of the file's actual data, like a special thread woven into a piece of cloth. They're both aiming for authenticity, just from totally different angles, one from the outside, the other from the inside.
Okay, so if this amazing tech exists, you're probably asking yourself, why doesn't my phone already do this? Why isn't every social media site checking for it? Well, that gets to the heart of the problem. Developing the technology is, believe it or not, only half the battle. Getting everyone to actually use it, that's the real mountain to climb. And the hurdles are pretty big. First off, for any of this to work, it needs almost everyone to be on board. It's like a social network. If your camera creates a provenance record, but the website you upload it to just deletes it, well, then it's totally useless. Second, each tool has its own weaknesses. Provenance data can get separated from its file, and watermarks can sometimes be damaged or even removed. And finally, to make this work at scale, we absolutely need industry-wide standards and policies to create an ecosystem everyone can trust. So, where do we go from here? Well, the path forward isn't about picking a winner, provenance versus watermarking. The real solution is recognizing that we have to use these tools together as part of a much bigger, more layered strategy for digital trust. And this is so important to remember. There is no single magic button that's going to solve the problem of digital fakes. Content provenance and watermarking are incredibly powerful, for sure, but they are not foolproof on their own. They are just essential pieces of a much larger system that we all need to build together.
So what would a practical strategy look like? Well, you could break it down into three big steps. First, we push for provenance to become the standard for all official communications, from governments, from news outlets, from public figures. Second, we combine these origin tracking tools with other AI detection technologies designed to spot the fakes that don't have them. And third, and this is crucial, we reinforce all of it with clear policies and standards that hold platforms accountable for what's on their sites.
But at the end of the day, building this trusted ecosystem isn't just up to the big tech companies and the politicians. By understanding how these tools work and by demanding more transparency from the platforms we use, we all have a part to play. So the final question isn't just for them, it's really for all of us. What role will you play in helping build a more authentic digital world?